So here we are. Levi is here on the annual visit with me, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
This has kind of happened once a year.
Yeah.
And so we're here for a new and fresh conversation. And Levi has grown a lot since this last year. A lot of changes.
I guess in some ways, yeah.
Well, in a lot of ways, when I think back of last year and now, he's done a lot of growing in a lot of ways. And the thing that makes me most happy is how you've grown spiritually.
Yeah.
And not only spiritually, but because of that, I believe mentally and all the aspects that are important, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, I think you've gained a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Physically, you've grown a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I do have a question that I just asked you, but I'm going to hold on to that for a minute. I want to start with the most recent trial you've just faced.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah. So,
Just,
can you elaborate a little bit? I just want to listen.
Yeah, no, it's been going on for like a couple months. I just haven't been able to sleep properly and sleep for a long time and go into deep sleep. And, yeah, it's just been hard kind of
Well, not only that,
staying asleep,
Yeah.
and even trying to go back to sleep when I wake up, I can't, man. So just tonight, took some NyQuil before bed, and it worked. I don't know if it was God just allowing me to fall asleep, or if it was the NyQuil,
Well, you've taken a whole lot of
Yeah, I've taken a lot of stuff, but the NyQuil and like some sleep patch things, and yeah, those are the only two things that worked, really, out of everything I've taken. So, and I thought that I wasn't supposed to take anything. I thought my body was just supposed to go back to sleep, but it can't. It didn't.
Yeah. The most troubling thing that I observed is you not sleeping all night. I mean, that's like crazy.
Yeah.
And then staying up the whole following day.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a few days at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like crazy.
Yeah. Good thing I'm young, because I have energy to do stuff,
Yeah. I couldn't believe you did.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing with the sleep thing is that's also very puzzling. There seemed to be no reason.
Yeah.
No stress, no distress, no overwhelming situations.
Mm-hmm.
No, like there seems to be no cause, and I think that was the most perplexing thing, because usually you kind of think, okay, why is this happening, right?
Yeah.
And there seemed to be no good reason for it. There seems to be, but I trust the Lord that because in addition to all the praying we've done, that God always has a solution, and sometimes we don't know right away. I mean, a lot of times in my life, God helped me, and then later on explained to me what was going on. That happens too. So, yeah, so I'm really happy that you slept through all night long, right? You didn't even wake up, you said?
No, just, I don't know how long I got sleep, but I mean, at least I slept through the night,
Yeah.
But I fell asleep at like 11. I don't know when I woke up, around 9 or 10.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thank you, Lord. So I'm really happy about that. And I pray that it'll continue, because school's going to start. You see, nice yawn.
Yeah.
Good yawn. That means your body, it's just working for itself. So, yeah, so Levi, I guess I was just, oh my gosh, these birds are just like out of control. They're making a little much noise. Hey, Flossie, quiet. Okay. I might want to do another interview with you, because they're really providing a lot of background noise.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. So I think the important thing in your life, and I think it starts, the younger the better, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think a lot of times we think we have to wait to grow up or to be something, to become something. I don't believe that's true for you. It starts right now. It has started. So the conversation we just had, or that I thought of and started, was that a a person that understands the kingdom of God said that God did not put us on the earth to work for our food, to make money in order to provide for us. We do make money and we want to have a vocation or something fulfilling to do, but it is not in order to provide for our food, our shelter, our clothing, because Jesus said not to worry about those things.
Yeah, it's just like a contribution to the whole world, I guess. Your contribution to society.
Right.
You know?
And that's exactly the direction I wanted to say. That's exactly what it is. It's like He's called us to do an assignment, a purpose, a destiny, and it may start out small, right? But it'll grow, like your abilities grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I just wanted to see some of the things that you had to say about some of the things you see yourself doing, either now, in the near future, or in the way future. If you have any kind of inkling on your assignments or giftings.
Right now,
I want you to be in the picture.
Oh,
you know
sorry.
what? I just noticed I'm in it.
Yeah, no. It's
And
okay.
can you move over here?
No,
Because
it's okay.
yeah, I don't want to be. No, this is about you. A conversation with you.
No, you get into it.
Okay,
How
but
about we do that?
okay. No. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay, we're both in it.
Yeah, we're both.
Okay.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
No, right now I was thinking of becoming a laser engineer for the defense industry. But you know, I never know how that's gonna go. I'm always changing my mind. You know, I've been changing my mind, but it seems like that is very promising to me. And then I'm just trying to work on my music. You know, if I like music is my hobby. You know, I just want to keep working on it and see where it goes.
That's part of you,
yeah,
right?
It's not something that seems as promising as that career, but you know, if it works out, it works out, and I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna keep working on my music and practice, I guess, and it's fun for me, you know.
Right.
And then, yeah, that's really it. I just want to travel the world and learn many languages and stay in many places. Kind of be like a nomad, you know, have a nomadic lifestyle.
Yeah, like go from place to place, and involved in that is, I guess that's the platform, right? That's the platform. If that's a desire of your heart, like we just read in the Bible, to fulfill that. But it's a platform, actually, for you to share your giftings and your callings God has in different places. It's like an ambassador for the kingdom.
Yeah, like a missionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. I mean, I would call it an ambassador. Why? Because the kingdom of God is a government, and God's going to send you out to different countries, and you're an ambassador, right? So sometimes with certain terms, we have certain ideas what that could be. But yeah, it's with a guy with a mission, ambassador with a mission.
Yeah,
right?
That's how I feel. I feel like I have a mission, and it's not told to me. It's like this mission is, I guess, so important because it's not told to you. You kind of have to find out your mission,
right?
You know, and if you somehow complete it, you get a large reward, you know.
Right.
So that's how I kind of look at life right now. Is just be smart, find the mission, you know, find what I'm supposed to be doing, not just doing whatever. You know, we all have free will. You know, we can do whatever, but we have to be responsible with what we have, you know.
Right.
And what we have is free will.
Right.
Yeah.
And God grows you on that as you. Another thing we were talking about this morning, that was kind of beginning to be really good, was we were talking about, and I want you to reiterate it if you remember that, about the wisdom, knowledge, revelation, understanding, and you said a little thing how you see it working.
Oh, I just said well, obviously wisdom comes with time. You can't be wise without knowing how things work. You know,
right.
You can't just I can't be considered wise because I'm still young. You know,
Right.
wisdom comes with time. I said knowledge comes with seeking, and understanding and revelation. They're kind of tied together because you understand a new part of whatever's being told you. It's revealed to you, and then you understand what's being revealed to you. So they're kind of, you know, intertwined together. You know.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
I think that's just what I said, but yeah.
Yeah. That's really good.
You can't just get knowledge out of nowhere, you know. Understanding and revelation are kind of by chance, you know. That's not really something. It's not always something you find, you know. God will reveal something to you, and then you understand it. You know, you're like, wow, oh, that's crazy. But knowledge is different because you have to go out of your way to find that. It's not just given. It's like an Easter egg, you know. You have to kind of search for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool. I do want to say something about wisdom, as you were talking about wisdom, and it's true that wisdom is supposed to come with age.
Mm-hmm.
However, not all people grow in wisdom, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And so there is a scripture in Job where one of the comforters of Job was a young man.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name, like Elihu.
Yeah, right, very good. And Elihu said, "I'm more wise than my teachers," right? And there's a reason for that. There's a reason he was more wise than the teachers, because I have seen, obviously, people growing old and they're dumber than ever.
Yeah.
You know, and you kind of wonder why aren't they growing in wisdom? And I guess, I mean, it says what the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So I think one of the ingredients, and you will find that in your life, is the subject of the fear of the Lord. And I don't think we come with that either. Like, I mean, I always ask, Lord, show me the fear of the Lord. Show me what that means, right? And fear of the Lord, like the Spirit of the Lord, I think I'll show you a picture, and maybe I have, it's like a menorah candle. So the fear of the Lord is in the center, and out of it come knowledge and understanding, wisdom, and I don't have it in front of me. Anyway, there's 7 of them, 7 spirits of the Lord, right? Yeah. And then one of them is counsel and might. Now I haven't gotten to might yet, but that's part of the package. So it comes like in a package, right? The whole thing comes in. But you don't get any of those if you don't have the fear of the Lord. And I think you have the beginnings of it, or we can grow in that, right? What does that mean? Fear of the Lord, right? Mm-hmm. So we ask the Lord to help us with that. What is it? How do I get it? Because I want the whole package, And then with counsel, obviously, the Lord can give you counsel in any area if we're at a loss, right? Yeah. But might, what do you think might mean? That's part of this whole package, right?
I guess it's different from power.
That's a good point.
Because power, you become, as humans, you become overwhelmed by it. You become overtaken by power.
Or corrupt even.
Yeah, right? You corrupt yourself because you want power. You love it. But might is like power, but I guess it's different. Yeah. It's like the good fruit instead of the bad fruit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, So anyway, there's a lot to unpack or learn or grow into. But I really liked what you said. How I love that. How you said we have to seek knowledge, and then it says and to get understanding. So in other words, not just knowledge. I guess you kind of have to question the knowledge in order to get understanding, right?
Yeah.
And then what did you say? The other ones are gifts along the way, right? Like
revelation. I said revelation and understanding. Well, because something's revealed to you, and then you understand something new.
Right.
You understand what's new. Yeah. It's not necessary because knowledge is consistent.
Right.
Knowledge is fact.
Right.
It's this. This is what this is. Right. But understanding it can be all sorts of different things. Something is revealed to you, or you see something differently, and then you understand a different part of what you're looking at.
Right.
Seeing it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. and also it's to be experienced, right?
Yeah.
It's like the more we experience, it's like applied knowledge, right?
Mm.
If we don't apply the knowledge, then it's not going to do us much good, right?
Yeah.
Applied knowledge, yeah. So that's been really great. So then, Levi, I kind of have a question. During this last year, I mean, do you have? We went through a worldwide, um, whatever it is called, right? Worldwide.
Pandemic.
Well, I'd like to say pandemic,
Yeah.
you know, but it was worldwide, and there were hundreds of aspects to it, like an octopus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how? I'm coughing. I'm gonna get out of the way. I want you to
Oh.
talk a little bit what you went through this year and how it impacted you. Excuse me. I want to just drink something. Can you talk about that?
The pandemic got to you.
Yes.
Just kidding. Like what happened to me during.
Yes. I just need to get out.
Just I guess loneliness, you know.
What?
Loneliness, you know. Everyone kind of experienced a little bit of loneliness. You know, with
Mhm.
me, it was like I was being pushed away from. I felt I was being pushed away to just be by myself. You know, I felt like I was just. It was like a selective pressure on me that I'm just supposed to adapt to being lonely, alone, you know, which isn't true, but that's how I felt during when it first started. I just felt alone. I really felt like, um, you know, no one ever really reached out. No one.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
like I thought I knew people and that they knew me, but they didn't care. You know, no one ever was like. No one ever wanted to go out of their way to like see me anymore or like hang out with me, which they usually did, you know. And I don't take that to heart because that's what happened to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But with me, I just hold on.
Bless you.
Thank you. With me, I just felt like I don't know. I just felt like I needed to be alone. It was like.
Like forced isolation?
Yeah, kind of. It wasn't isolation where there's nothing around me, you know, but it was like, yeah, I'm alone. You know, I have to. That's when I like found, like when I started wanting to seek God more, because it was like that's really all I thought I had. You know, it was like my only hope. You know, it was like kind of. You know, I have all these things, you know, and I'm very blessed, but, you know, I'm still empty. You know, I'm still alone. You know, no one wants to reach out to me. You know, no one's caring. You know, and that's okay, because I can help myself. You know, you don't always need everyone. You know, I kind of just help myself grow. You know. And you know, I can't say too much on that subject because I'm still like in process of it, but that's how it seems to me right now. You know?
Right. But now things are changing again. People are reaching out again because you can do stuff. You would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe it was because everybody else was perplexed too, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was kind of perplexed, like what's going on here.
Yeah, but the thing is that it seemed like they were fine. You know, it seemed like they were still going out and partying and doing all these things.
Really?
Like my friends, yeah, and like.
But they didn't reach out.
People I knew, and it was like even people I would talk to face, they would never like. I don't know. It was different. I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone. I felt alone, you know.
Wow.
I felt very distant, and I'm not, you know, I'm not sure what happened. And it's getting better, but it's like it's a little bit of the same right now still, you know. It's like I've kind of adapted to what's happened,
Uh-huh.
you know. But I mean, it's getting better, you know.
Uh-huh.
Things are better, but it's like there's still remnants of
Mm-hmm.
what happened. Cause like I used to not go out of like the house and just wander, you know. Now that's something I love to do. It's something that I enjoy. Just going out of the house and just doing something, you know. I don't know. That's kind of when I started like asking people like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And everyone's like, "I don't know. Let's look up on Google what we're gonna do." And it's like, no, you know, let's just go. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. We'll find something. You know, you just gotta trust that you're gonna find something. And even if you don't find what you expected, you just have to be joyful about what you did find, because you know there's a difference between happiness and joy. Joy is being, I guess, content in all situations, you know. That's joy. Happiness is just, you know, being happy when things are good.
Right.
But when things are bad, joy is still being happy or content with what you are. So I was just, that's something I learned, is to be joyful when you know things don't go your way or you don't get what you expected. You're just happy with what you have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Bible even says with contentment there's great gain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a joyful contentment type of thing. I'm joyful. Like yesterday, right? We said, well, let's go to the Butterfly Beach, but we really didn't go to the Butterfly Beach, right?
Yeah.
We ended up petting petting the sharks.
Yeah. And
right? That was kind of amazing.
Yeah, you see, just stuff like that. You don't expect something, but you know, when we looked it up, you were kind of just like, oh, you know, just another beach.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, why are we gonna drive all the way over here just to go to the beach? But you know, we found stuff to do.
Well, also it was a really beautiful beach.
Yeah, no, it
was very different from what we see here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then petting a shark, we didn't plan on that.
No.
That was really cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also when we were to eat, it's like, where are we gonna eat, right? At night, and then you remembered that little Greek place, and that was perfect, right?
Yeah, I love that. That was great food, and then we saw that sunset.
Yes,
you know?
just
like,
in the nick of time.
You see, it all like came together.
Yeah.
And it was. Yeah. I don't know. It was a good day. You know?
And we could have missed that sunset easy.
Yeah.
Right, because it was just that one moment.
And what if we didn't do that? You know.
Right.
Because I didn't sleep last night.
I know.
So and you were saying like, why don't we just stay home and why don't we just stay home and not go? You know, we would have missed all that.
Right. Right.
So that's what I've learned is like I don't want to miss out on what there could be. Right. I want everything potentially good. I want to experience everything that could potentially be good, you know. And even if I find some bad, so what, you know.
Right. Kind of comes with being on earth. But it's like, even this morning we read, the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord. If you don't take steps, how can he order anything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been guilty of not taking steps, but I think the important part is taking the steps so he can order them, right? We don't go. We're just going to be here and not, like you said, it turned out really a beautiful, perfect day, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what else was there, you know?
Huh?
There could have been so many possibilities of what we could have done yesterday, but, you know, what else really was there to do, you know, besides what happened, you know?
Right.
You can't change the past, but that's what happened. That's what's great about it, is that although there were all these possibilities, this is what you chose, you know?
Right. But the fact is that, you were willing to step up even though you were tired. Mm-hmm. And then I saw you have spurts of energy along the way.
Yeah.
It's like, I couldn't believe it.
It's like natural caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had spurts of energy. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Anyway, Levi, that is beautiful what we just talked about.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Anyway, I'm super grateful for you sharing that. Do you have some other things on your heart and mind?
Not really.
No?
No.
So,
No.
okay. Thank you for
Yeah.
the interview. Awesome.
Good interview.
Yes.